Alright everybody, Big Beardy back again, and it is a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. It's a shame people can't enjoy it more with everything that's going on, but beautiful day. But what we're going to talk about today is something I get asked by, I usually get asked this by friends and family, and they say, don't you get bored sat in a van all day, just driving around the country? So I actually don't, and I said this in another video. If you're going to become a courier driver or any sort of driver, you have to enjoy driving. If you don't enjoy driving, don't do it. Because 98% of your job is driving, funnily enough. But there are ways to sort of keep yourself entertained when you are driving. You learn what you like and you don't like as you drive along. But they always ask me, what do you do to keep yourself entertained? So here you go. I'm going to tell everyone what I like to do whilst I'm in the van, when I'm driving around, to keep my mind off the road. Now, obviously, when you're a driver, you can't really do anything with your hands because you're driving, and you can't really do anything visual. You can't watch TV or Netflix on your phone because you're driving. So you're sort of left with audio stimulus, as it were. Now, the first one is easy. It's, the radio. I listen to the radio. I don't listen to the radio as much as I used to be honest. But I tend to like to listen to talk shows on the radio and stuff like that rather than the music. Unless I get down towards London, stick a bit of Magic on, blast out some classics, sing some, have a big old sing, listening to some 80s and 90s music. But I usually listen to talk show. I listen to a lot of talk sport. Not recently because they've got nothing to talk about, funnily enough. And I like, I think it's 10:30, the old Quizmaster on BBC Radio 2. That's always a bit of fun. I like the quizzes. One of the reasons I like the talk shows, it keeps your brain going a little bit more. And, if you're getting tired especially, that helps. If you start listening to songs, you start yourself feeling drifting. Stick a talk show on, and then actually, like I do, talk back to the radio because I know best. But that's what I usually do with the radio. The one thing that I've found, and I can't recommend it enough, my mate Harry, shout out to Harry, how you doing, mate? He put me onto it a couple of years back, and it's the audiobooks, Audible. They are fantastic. They make a journey go so much quicker. Stick one of them on. You might have a 3-4 hour journey in front of you, and you sort of get to the end of the journey, and if you're at a good point in the book, you're like, I don't want this journey to end. I want to find out what happens. I've been like that a few times. So sorry, I can't move. Audible is fantastic. If you sign up for the monthly membership thing, you get one free book a month, no matter what book it is. And if you get a book that's 30-40 hours long, which some of them are, that'll keep you entertained for a good while. So I highly recommend Audible. Stick headphones on, or stick a speaker on, or whatever, or hook it up to your van if you can. But Audible's a great one. Another one I quite like is the old podcasts. They're quite good. I listen to Joe Rogan quite a bit. Chael Sonnen, and I'm big into my sport, as some of you might know. But I really like UFC. I'm a big UFC fan, or MMA fan, shall I say. So I listen to a lot of those guys, and Joe Rogan has a lot to do with that. But yeah, podcasts, fantastic. You can be a bit cheeky, and if you can't find them, they're all on YouTube. So I sometimes put the YouTube on, put the sat-nav bag on so I can just hear it and then just listen to but that kills your data. If you don't have unlimited data, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. If you do, you're sorted. So they're the main ones I usually do. A lot of people say they play games. I've never quite understood how that one works, because I spy when you're in the van on your own is a bit boring because you know all the answers. But some people say they play games. The only game I really sort of play with myself when I'm driving is when I go to a new place. Ticket. I've never been here before, which is a bit of a weird game. It's not really a game, really. But that's what I do. I sort of remember if I've never been to a place before, so I can remember next time. But that's just for myself. I do talk to myself a lot in the van. I'm constantly talking to myself. I've said this on other videos. I've got a very vivid imagination. I can, I get on with people. I have a I can sit in a van and have a 3-hour long conversation about bollocks with myself, and I still lose the argument, which apparently means I am crazy. So just chat. If you're comfortable in your own head, you'll be fine doing this job, because you can just talk to yourself, part along. I often talk about what I've got to do, what I want to do when I get home, things to progress myself, business wise. But sometimes I see someone, I just have a full blown conversation about it. So that's something I do. But it is difficult to keep yourself sort of entertained when you're driving, because your main thing is to concentrate on the road. That's what you should be doing, concentrate on what's going on. But when you've been on a motorway for 2.5 hours, you need something sometimes. I have had journeys though where I've literally had no radio, no nothing on, and I've driven for like 3 hours, just silence, just going through my thoughts. You can do it. But yeah, they're generally what I do. So radio, Audible is, I strongly recommend you look at, I don't know if there's other Audible book sites, but Audible's the one I use. I think it's brilliant. I might even do a review of some of the books I've listened to on there, because I listened to the Game of Thrones, the first book on there, and I didn't really enjoy it. There was other books I've listened to which I thought are much better books, but it might just be because the voice actor doing the book doesn't say. I obviously watched the TV show before and it wasn't quite the same. But yeah, get on Audible. Podcasts, if you're not into podcasts or you've never really listened to them, find someone who talks about a subject. If it's football, get a football one. If it's rugby, whatever sport, if it's a whatever, they're brilliant as well. And they're what I use to pass the time, because sitting in a van it's a bit like sitting in a very small room doing a very boring task all day. So you've got to do something to pass the time. And I've got a job dipping up. That's nice. The other one, obviously, is just enjoy. I've driven through the Peak District, the Lake District, Cotswolds, beautiful places our country has. I've always said this to my friends. We live in one of the most, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. As long as you're not near a city, our countryside is stunning. Enjoy the countryside. I try when I'm driving around, if I have time, if I'm in somewhere that's particularly nice, just pull over for 5 minutes and just enjoy the view sometimes, because it's worth looking at. But anyway, hopefully this is giving you some ideas out there. Probably not, but anyway, so I hope you're all having fun out there with everything that's going on. I know it's difficult, but we're going to get through it. So as always, be safe, have a great day, take it easy.